Hello there, traveler, and welcome back to the world of Kymaticus, where through the roles we play, we spin our tale. This is our original D&D 5e session here on Forward Into Saves. I am Alexander, your weaver of tales, and as always, I am joined by my companions, Tyler, John, Cassie, Viper, and Dylan. So, hang up your cloak, grab a drink, and kick back as we dive into this chapter of Kymaticus. Oh! All right. So, when we last left off, Hoplites minus Eldon continued a battle just off the shore of Kalesh, giving the Kaleshi naval fleet enough time to get out there and make a difference. In the process, Eldon, you fell. Rona, Shantea reached out to a knock. You've seen similar magics. You know where this comes from. You know where you've seen this. And she's in your party. Now, with Eldon back, all of you made it out with the valiant effort of the stone golem.
I'm sorry, do you mean the Kraken?
Yeah, the stone kraken, still alive to this day.
It's funny because the wood cracked under his weight.
So, we left off as you all are about to hop on the skiff / fly back to shore to regroup with Eldon. Cerseus calls out to the nameless knight,
Oh, that's rude.
and he says, "Wait, what's your name?" The nameless knight turns around and says, "Oh, well, when we pledged ourselves to the cause of Ashenga, we lost our last names. But my first name is," and then you cannon fire. His mouth continued to talk, but he nods. "Nice to meet you," and begins to descend.
Dang it, you really did it.
Wait, we didn't quite get that. What did you say?
I said...
I'm reading his lips.
It
He
looks
covers
like
his mouth, like, you know.
Masson is what you get.
Madison. Okay.
You guys get on. Who's getting on the skiff? Who's flying back? I know one of you's definitely flying back.
I'm taking the broom back.
Are you gonna take the broom?
I'll get on the skiff.
Yeah, you're on the skiff. And Cerseus, do you want to get on the skiff?
No.
Yeah, I'll pilot the skiff.
Cato will say to you, "Cerseus, I'm going to stay here and fight."
I think
If-
that's best. And he's looking at Alistair, just like, yeah, make sure he's good.
We have a lot of buckets full of shit that need cleaning, so don't worry. He says to Cato, and Cato just kind of, "I understand. If you need anything, Cerseus, please." I enjoyed the night where we had cigars. And he just gives you a nod and heads back under the ship to take on whatever duty is assigned to him. You hop on the skiff, and Nameless Knight looks to you all. Maxon is my name.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you all as well. Watch this Hector fly over. Only ever heard of the Stoneborns before today. Never met them. I know where we come from. But never actually met one. What an honor.
It's pretty intense, right?
Cerseus, you begin to captain the skiff in a very similar fashion that your father did. You have not mastered the craft, but roll me a dexterity check, and do not add your modifier. This is for a ship handling check.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, still like purposely do it crazy a little bit.
Like, yeah. Hey guys, rogue wave capsizes.
Rogue wave!
oh, that's not.
He's
I'm
gone.
just like.
You
on the
laughed him. You
room.
laughed it too. Okay.
Oh gosh. I would like to note I'm already sitting.
Yeah, Cerseus hops down. All right, guys. He undoes the small sail. You're not moving. Everyone's holding on, waiting. He's just. As he leans back,
I'm already going.
He leans back on this rudder, or it's not a rudder. It's a what do you call it?
Like a
The steering column, maybe?
It's a rudder.
Is that it's called a rudder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, he grabs the rudder, and as he kind of leans on the rudder, it takes off. And Cerseus,
little
roll me a
motor back
dexterity
there.
saving throw. Everyone else is prepared.
A 22.
Okay, you hold on. You're on, but it takes off. You can just barely hear your father laughing in the distance as you take off. But
It's been a while!
you hear cannon fire again. Kalesh now properly defended. And most likely won't let its guard down for quite some time. But you guys make it back to shore, where you see Eldon waiting by the docks. Hector, Eclipse on the broom.
Mm-hmm.
You guys land, and then within seconds, the skiff pulls up as well. Hoplites, you are all together.
as soon as we're like beached, I guess, Rona's gonna hop out of the skiff and just run at Eldon and give him a big hug.
You do.
I'm going to go with and cast Cure Wounds.
You do. Go ahead and roll for it.
Just dunked on him.
Hector.
Hand
As you
motion was
land.
like cure wounds. Pop! Like, boop on top of the head.
24.
Boop. 24. The Black Knight will walk up to you, reach his hand out to shake yours. Maxon
I'll
is
take
my
his
name.
hand.
Nice to meet you.
Hector.
Hector. Thank you back there. And I actually got a little nervous.
Did well. Thank you for looking after my friend.
Now, you have a kingdom that needs to be taken, yes?
I do. First, I have people that need to be looked after. They're traveling right now and they're in danger. Need to get to them as soon as possible.
Point me in the direction.
Follow me. Then I'll tell the others. Going to the castle. Heading for Ironport.
All right. So, hoplites, you head into the castle.
Okay, so like, I think at one point Abe was with me on the boat.
No,
Could he have
No.
just been?
no, he
no.
wasn't. He wasn't on the scope.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
left
chilling
back at
with
the shore.
Abe.
So yeah, sorry. Abe's Eldon, when you were waiting, Abe would have just come up and just like kind of nuzzled
Okay.
into you, just
Yeah.
like Glad you're back.
What's up,
Don't
man?
even know you're gone. Didn't know you were gone, but you smell fresh. Nice to have you back.
Oh, you've showered recently.
I smell unsullied.
It was that lye soap.
But
Smoke a little
Babe
bird.
is here. All of you head up to the castle. It is beat up pretty bad. You do not see a wizard's tower inside,
Nice.
but make it in the empty halls, save for a few soldiers remaining. Any staff that's here. You make it down to the teleportation circle.
Did you guys run
Th-
into
this
a,
is the official one, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Did you guys run into a wizard while the city was being sieged? This really weird lady just attacked me and well, I died and then was back.
Yeah.
So thank you. The both of you, I figure something happened. Yeah, I killed this really weird lady and here's this headband she had and I'll just show off the circlet.
Dude, you killed Ella. Congratulations.
Who's that? Oh, I guess that's her. Was she
Here's
like
your number one
important or
ribbon.
something? Like, or is she just this random wizard?
She was gonna take over Thundermane's position now that she knew he was dead. But cool, you handled her. Anyways, she captured me for a little bit while you were gone. Escaped her, and yeah, took the battle to the sea. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. Let's get the hell out of here.
We can't go back to Kymaticus. It's
We
been
could,
captured.
we could.
What
I
now?
imagine a lot of places are like that.
Well,
We could go back to
Kymaticus
cover up.
invaded, and Kymaticus himself surrendered to spare the city.
Would I know of a teleportation circle where I come from?
Oh no, you were way too young.
Okay.
Way too young. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But you guys make it down to the teleportation circle. Eldon. Where do you want to go?
I mean, I want to go back to Kymaticus, but seems like not the best idea right now in terms of survivability. So I'll just kind of stick with the group, just a little nervous.
All right. As everyone hops on, you are whisked away to the Iron Port, to the north, the entrance of the kingdom of Alvaron. Hector, it has been a long time since you have been here. The anticipation leading up to this moment you feel is... You can't describe it as much as feel it. It's not a good feeling. Sometimes you feel sick, angry, sad. But when you appear here and you walk out, just briefly, you feel hope. The time is coming. You have the hoplites by your side. You know that you are a capable group. And with the aid already promised to you and the aid that is coming, that hope kind of shines through all the sadness and anger. And when you arrive, it is, at least for now, untouched. Untouched from Zarakaz. Untouched from the Civil War. The Iron Port is just as it always was, the Iron Port. As you appear, staff is there. Port Wizard looks over to you as you all appear. Unexpected. Who are you all? And he looks to you, Hector. He sees the familiar face. My king, how can I be of assistance?
So on the way to Ironport, would Hector remember the one of the Lord, Governor, Mayor of the city? The Lord.
It's not so much that there wasn't really a mayor of the city. There was a strong military presence there that was run by commanders of Alvaron. So there wouldn't be a political mayor. Alvaron had its own rules and all that, but it was up to the law, which would have been the commander's duty to uphold. So the
commander's
top
the head
ranking would be a commander.
All right. But would I remember who the commander of Ironport would be?
All right, you roll me a history check.
History check. A 10, probably not.
You do not remember.
Look at the wizard. Need to see the commander immediately.
Right. I will get someone to escort you all. Within moments, you are greeted by a small group of Alvaronian soldiers. You've seen the colors before, Rona. And still the same as the green. You're all escorted out into the streets of the Iron Port. And it seems like a normal day today. Quiet, but normal. Somber, even. But you all are escorted out to the main thoroughfare of the Iron Port. You see how the river comes down and breaks off into many different channels, and the architecture around here there's a bunch of bridges that are really kind of high-reaching for ships to be able to sail right under. You guys go over one of these bridges. You look out towards the south where you just were moments ago, and you can see in the far distance a speck on the horizon. Hector, I think that's Isleguard. And as you all continue to follow, it's a little bit of a hike through the city. But if there's anything you all want to talk about while on the way, you can.
Let me see. You still have the junction, right?
Yeah. I never put it down. And he's gonna check, make sure he still has it. I mean, through the fighting, I didn't think he lost it, but
That would have been funny, wouldn't it? No, you still haven't.
Yeah. It's just not there. It's weird.
Wow.
You search
A
Ella's
cannon.
body, you find the junction.
Oh no.
No, everything's good. You still have it.
okay. Cool. Yes, I do.
Next free moment we get need you to reach out and see what happened to the Wormbreakers. No, for certain you'll be the only one to be able to tell us.
Of course. We need to get in a secure place before we use Zasha because, I mean, it's still. Lathander's still looking.
Right. Just wanted to make sure we're all of the same plan. I'm going to talk to the commander. I'll let him update him in case he doesn't know. And I need to figure out where Arthur is.
Of course.
Go and find him and make sure he gets here safe.
Okay.
All right.
Lovely.
Me?
What'd you do?
What time?
The Ashen Rose. I know that magic. I use that magic. That normally comes with a heavy cost. What did you do? Or agree to?
I am currently unaware of a cost. But it brought Eldon back, and it was worth it. Whatever it might be.
Agreed.
Are you going to turn into a tiefling?
If something horrible happens,
Cersei has to decide.
we'll see if we can split whatever the outcome is.
I appreciate the sentiment. I'm willing to bear the burden, whatever it might be.
Just stay true to yourself. I've given myself to this life, and I'd rather not see someone else end up the same way. Do I feel anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
As far as I know, all that was asked of me was multiple souls for Eldons.
As long as yours isn't in that, I'm okay. Or any of ours. Hopefully it was just theirs.
No offense to you or your god, but I don't know if my soul was in the bargain or even able to be in that bargain.
I'm gonna hope it wasn't.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
I'm gonna have a lot to pray about tonight.
All right. Eldon silent.
Yeah, just kind of embarrassed and really nervous. Just thinking over everything. I'm just like, gotta save the world, but is losing my sanity the cost?
As you keep on walking, Maxon walks up.
Oh, you mean the Nameless Knight? I don't know his name.
Maxon walks up. Maxon,
Eldon.
nice to
Nice to
finally
finally
properly meet your acquaintance. You seem bothered.
I mean, yeah, I died again.
You died.
Yeah, this is like the 6th time it's happened. And once again, someone had to save me.
You see, this doesn't make sense to him.
Mm.
6 times.
Yeah.
Then you must be alive for a very important reason.
Yeah. But I mean, I've still got, I mean, I'm destined to save the world, I guess. Or I mean, maybe Destiny's forgotten about me. I don't know. It's outside the question. But just, you know, I've got a wife, 2 kids, just trying to save the world, but is it going to cost me my sanity?
He
just coming back
stops
every
you,
time.
kind of, not stops you from talking, but he puts a hand on your shoulder and you stop walking. You finish your sentence. The rest of the group keeps on walking forward. You have a family.
2. I was formerly married, had a kid, and now I've got a new one.
I had a family. After I made my pledge, I do not know where they are. It's been a long time. There are times I wish I still had something close to my heart to fight for. And I do think I've made a couple of those, but you have fought alongside Hector, Ashanga. Count me in. If you need anything, Eldon, I will help.
I appreciate it. The same offer goes to you.
Where is your family?
Kane Algard, currently his wife, dad, and newborn son, and then Torval for former wife and first kid, technically.
As you begin this talk, the two of you keep on walking up. You're still a good bit of ways from the group, but so you put all of them to the side to be here. Why?
Gotta save the world. I want my kids to have something. I think the phrase goes, I study war so my kids can study business, so my grandchildren can study art. I don't want my kids to ever have to fight. I don't want my kids ever to see what I do.
It's a harsh world that we live in, Eldon.
Yeah.
But even as harsh as it is, I do think that fighting now will help alleviate something.
Yeah.
It's a very honorable thing to do.
What about you? Do you have any kids before the pledge?
No. Not, no. Anyways, we should... Gestures back up. About 5 more minutes of walking. You are escorted to a garrison, essentially. This fort inside of the Iron Port. As you walk through the outer gates of this, the gates lift up. You walk through and you see dozens more Alvaronian soldiers. As you walk forth, you are led to the gates and handed off by this group to, seems to be some type of scribe. He takes you inside of this building and up a couple of flight of stairs into this grand, I wouldn't say grand, but a sizable room. On the far end of a table, this is, in the way that this is situated, Hector, you know the kind of the terrain of the Iron Port, but for those of you, it's in between 2 mountains. Water streams down from the valleys of Alvaron down out into the ocean. The building that you are on is at the base of a mountain. When you walk into this room, there's a big window on the far side where this figure, this commander, is standing looking out. And Hector, it is the first time you've laid eyes on the land of Alvaron in a long time. And you can see, for the most part, it's okay. But you can just see the very tips of the mountains in the far north, and you know what lies there. As you walk in, the commander turns around. What's the meaning of... And he sees you. My king. He walks around the table, salutes you, I have heard stories of your death, and I have heard stories of victories. I did not know which ones were true. Commander Donovan, at your service.
Commander Donovan, nice to meet you. I'm bringing sadly bad news. I don't know if you've heard yet, but currently in a civil war. The Emperor betrayed us. Find ourselves attacked on 2 fronts.
Who? What? Hold on. Scribe. What nations are against us?
Here, Marfell, and the Emperor's.
Toril, Marfell, and Tyrion. The scribe looks to him.
Well, that's just
He says, I told you. And Commander Donovan looks to you. For the past month now, we have stopped receiving any shipments from Marfell, Tyrion, or Toril. Alvaron has been struggling to feed its people. We're doing everything we can, but had I known if it would lead to war, I would have made the first blow. But
All right, on our way. There might still help us, but we don't know where the Windbreakers are right now. Tell me, there should have been word from a man named Arthur Wolfenball. Whether him or Olive Stonebeard. There are settlers up in New Ironcrest. You heard from them yet?
I have, 2 days ago, they were on their way. I have not heard them since. But
Right.
they have
Have
to
anyone
cross.
reach out to them now?
Scribe, fetch the nearest Magus. Yes. And he runs out the room. You all look very tired. Please, he gestures to the table with some moderately comfortable looking chairs. Sit, please. Are you hungry? I can fetch food, wine, what have you.
Yes, on both counts, please.
As we walk over, I'm gonna. I already rolled for it, but I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on Eldon and on Maxim.
Okay.
And it's. Eldon gets 29, Maxim gets 20.
Okay.
If the rest of you would like a chance to rest and catch your breath, you can feel free to go ahead. I just need to go over details with the commander. Let him know where everyone stands right now.
I'll stay here with you. Don't want to leave you all alone to make all the decisions.
Gonna be boring.
Oh, nothing's ever
I
boring
almost
with you,
said the
Hector.
nameless knight. Maxon will step up after receiving the heals from you. Thank you. He walks up to you, Cerseus. Maybe we let Hector go alone. We are here for you, should you need us, but he looks to you,
Thank you.
Cerseus, and just gives you kind of a look. Roll me an insight check.
Oh, sounds like he's trying to pull me away so Hector could get stabbed, but I'll go along with it.
Whatever.
I mean,
22.
to be fair, that is what happens.
Yeah, that
he's
is
giving
true.
You a look. He's giving you a look almost that maybe Hector needs his time to be alone.
Well, I get that. Hector did appoint me as his war master. I feel a little bit obligated to stay here and deal with the political items and help any way I can.
I understand. He goes over to sit down. Kind of sits next to you, Eldon. And just gives you a nod. So, the commander will step off to the side with you, Hector. And Cerseus follows. So, take a walk with me, Hector.
Right.
As the three of you walk, he just begins to kind of give you a recap of what has gone on in Alvaron since you've last been here. So, as you know, the capital has been taken. But I know you already know that. They have expanded slightly, but only to the neighboring towns. They don't occupy them, but they patrol. We'll see undead, but it's not always just undead. There are these creatures that are with them as well. Big,
giant frog monsters.
Yeah. We have noticed the numbers of those creatures, those sloths, they have dwindled over time. They're rare to see today. Don't know why, but we regularly send patrols up. And not all times do they come back. We try to gather any intel on any movements, any activity behind the walls of Ironcrest. Its outside perimeter, the mountains behind it. We've done everything to try to find a hole. As a commander, I am given special intelligence. This is something that we would know about. We would know about the entrance on the backside. Even that is guarded, albeit not as big, but this presence knows a lot
Makes
more
sense.
than we would think. Go ahead, Hector.
No, I was just saying, just makes sense that he would know about it.
Is it guarded
So-
from above?
So, getting in a little bit farther, it seems that this lich, anything within, I don't know how many miles, but within a certain radius of Ironcrest, everything is under its command. Everything that was dead. It does have an aerial presence. I've seen flocks, I've seen bigger creatures, but we chalked them up nothing more than spies. When our scouts make their way up there, they ride by horse until they reach the outer limits, and they move it on foot. As stealthily as they can, our scouts do everything. It's not like we used to have the White Peak Palisade, right?
Difficult times. Anyways, Alvaron is important, but it's second away right now. You need to prepare for any kind of pincer attack. It's going to be coming into Alvaron. Also, we do have some allies coming to help. Cain Umbra is an enemy. The Cain Owl Guard has promised their aid. They should be coming shortly. I saw their ships about to land. Also, watch out for the sea because I enlisted the help of some Tritons. They should be arriving within a couple days as well. Also, my other member of my Stone Keepers, Keijo. You should also be close by. If not, you should have already met him. He was bringing some refugees out of Sarah.
I don't think we've To my knowledge, we have not received him yet.
All right, we'll just make a point to keep an eye out for him, especially
does,
traveling right now.
That does warrant some confusion to you, Hector, because you feel like your math might be off, but then you recount it in your head, and no, he should have been down here by
Should
now.
have been there.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, you're in an area where you have a command over the entire army that's here. We are not super strong, but 2,000. A decent size.
Given our location, it'll do. Alvaron was built to hold.
Receiving your news about Kymaticus and this naval attack. You will receive Isleguard, and shortly after we will prepare for any other invasion, should there be one. Ironport, we know how to defend. So, but
We also may have some ships coming from Kalesh, if there's any left to spare.
we'll look for their colors.
Of course.
Right.
Wanted
Busy
to make sure
routing
you're
Kymaticus.
aware.
One more time. Cercius, go first real quick.
Yeah. I just wanted to make you aware so that their presence isn't a surprise and you know to welcome them.
Good. Hector?
They are on our side.
So they're currently busy routing the Kymaticus fleets, so it might be some time. You might hear from them.
All right. So, you realize in your walk here, you've gone out of the garrison, out of the fort, and you kind of go back onto the main area. The main thoroughfare, sorry. When you get out there, Commander, the loving embrace of Alvaron surprises you, even with how dark the present has been. As the commander walks through, your people have always been known to hold honor to a very high standard. The commander of this fort, of the port, has a lot of respect. As he walks through, you can see that he does actually know the city people well. As a couple of times, people wave at him, and even a child comes up and she gives him a little flower that she picked. He takes it and just gives her a look of assurance. When he looks down, he's like, you can tell beyond his eyes, with your experience, that it is a facade. He is worried, he is stressed, but the face that he gives this little girl is sturdy and hopeful. So, you realize he's taken you to a tavern. And I bet it's been some time since you've had some keg bellies, yes?
Always been a bigger fan of the honeybeard myself.
Really? Well, this place has both. It's been a long day for you, I can tell. Let's go inside and have a drink.
Right. It has been a long time.
You guys go
Gentlemen,
in.
this is where I believe I'll leave you. I'm going to go back to the group.
All right, you begin to head back. Back here. Food, fish, being part of it, is brought to you all in this area. The scribe will return here looking for Commander Donovan, followed by an older human, seemingly a mage. Where did Commander Donovan go?
He left to talk to Hector.
Do you know where?
I'll point the direction they went.
We
Do you have news?
he wanted the mage. And you
Yes.
see the mage just, hello?
Hello?
Am I of use here?
Yes, actually. We have a party traveling from Sarum, and
Oh.
they should be here by now. And we need you to reach out because they're not.
I think that is New Ironcrest, right?
Huh?
There's
Oh,
Children of
yeah.
Skyrace and then New Ironcrest coming.
Yeah,
They
but
haven't
the
linked
one that
up.
he was summoned for, I think, was which one?
It was for Arth and Wolfengold.
Okay, so it was summoned for the Toral side.
Oh, okay.
He nods. I know who you speak of. Oh, you want to know how far away?
Yes.
Right. Arthur, yes. And he messages. You see him wait. Oh, yes, Arthur. I'm sending you another message so you can finish your first one. Go ahead.
Rona's gonna roll her eyes because she knows exactly what this is like.
Oh yeah.
All right, Arthur, one more. A couple more words. You should be here in the morning.
Excellent. Thank you.
They said they have traveled very far, very fast. Their people are tired. They have been pushing themselves to get out of Toro. They have heard the news. Which is shocking, by the way. We are at a civil war now.
Never thought we'd see two in one lifetime.
Great. He nods to you. Anything else you would need?
I'm gonna look at Eldon. Could you send a message to a friend of ours?
I have not met them. It could be very difficult, but I can try.
It's all right. I can do it later.
Very well.
What about the Wormbreakers? Or the other group that hasn't arrived and should have?
Wormbreakers
don't
were
know about
using
that
the.
Hold on one second.
Oh yeah, they had already
they were
left.
talking
Okay.
about that. They do not. You guys do not know about Keijo's group, but you do know about the Wormbreakers if you want to.
Sure. The Wormbreakers are missing.
That's not good.
Agreed.
Should I?
Yes, please. Last time I tried to scry on them, it didn't work, but I think that might have been the anti-magic field.
Right. Takes a moment. Closes his eyes. Very shortly later, he opens them. I do not see the prince.
The king?
I can try. Closes his eyes. I can't reach. Although it felt different.
How so?
Well, it felt like when I was trying to reach out to Hammock that I just couldn't. When I tried to reach out to the king, I felt pushed back. Anything else I can do for you today? It's troubling.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Tell Commander Donovan I'm at his side when he needs me. I'll be in my study, as usual. He leaves. Scribe. We have mead.
Do you have a... Did I see anywhere coming in that there was a spot big enough to accommodate the temple that wasn't going to be intrusive?
Not in the city.
Okay.
If you were to go beyond the walls to the north into Alvaron, you would only have to walk for maybe 5 minutes, and you'd have a spot.
Okay.
But there's not a spot big enough inside the city.
Okay. Then I'm good.
All right. So,
I'm watching Eldon eat and making sure that he's eating. And like veggies.
he
like
continues
a whole
to
mixed
eat,
diet.
but he looks very sad doing it.
So Rona's actually going to get up. She's never seen Alvaron.
Okay.
Like, not in person.
You go to the window.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you stand there, you look out. And yeah, you've never been here, but for all the sadness and violence that you know exists far up north here, what you do see is beautiful. Rolling plains, mountainous regions. It's really pretty. Even just from the angle that you're at now. There's a tale about Alvaron, about seeing it from Ironcrest. There's a rumor that if you're in Ironcrest, you can see Alvaron in its hole. But just looking from here up, at whatever part you can see with your eyes, it is still, it's gorgeous. You just kind of sit there and take it in. So,
Yeah.
you watch Eldon intently.
And Maxon. I sat them both next to each other and I'm making them eat.
Maxon doesn't need to be told. He has already started.
Beautiful mountains, plains, cool coast. Imagine being the ruler of a desert, am I right?
Oh,
What pretty sand.
It's turning itself around.
As you guys are all here, Cerseus approaches, or makes his way back here, shortly after.
you want me to say something?
Yeah. Did you want to do anything before I cut back?
I'll just go to Rona. Rona, is there anywhere you found that we could do cast your temple? I think we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
have to
point
use
out the
Zasha.
window.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, that'll work. Whenever you're ready. I think we can use Zasha to try and figure out what happened with the Wormbreakers.
Right. It'll take me about an hour to cast, so I can head out now.
Get you some food first. It's been a long day for all of us. I think we all need to.
She's just gonna hold up her wine glass. I did.
He's gonna go grab a glass of mead or something, and I'll walk with you.
And we'll, I guess, head out. I will let the others know, like,
Thank you.
we don't... you don't have to follow. We're gonna set up a temple. You can see us. We'll be, like, right there.
I go to the window now with like a small plate of food and a glass of wine, and I'm
wait
just
and you watch.
waiting.
After maybe about 15 minutes, you'll see them. But in that time, we're going to cut back over to Dylan. Hector, who is inside this tavern with
both
Commander
of them.
Donovan. Huh?
I said, and it'll come back to Dylan with Hector. I am both of those.
Yeah. Dector.
Oh no.
Hector.
I like Hillen better.
Yeah, Hillen. As you and Donovan sit and drink, he looks into the flagon put in front of him. It has been hard times indeed. You know, the role that your father wanted for you, you would be receiving a lot of the love that these people have for their soldiers, for their commanders, their captains, their guard. But I look older than I'm older than I look. I think you've only been to the Iron Port once or twice before, and it was on duty, preparing for your role. When times are bleak, my king, I think your presence will inspire more than you know. All these people that we passed today, they have no idea who they walked past. What this man has been through, what he has seen, what his intentions are. We've been waiting. In the beginning, we sent some forces. But it was always to subvert the enemy. We knew we didn't have what it took. We were eventually, shortly after the fall, Wolfengull reached out. And then you kind of turned into a myth. We knew that you were alive. We knew that you were actively working to aid your kingdom, and it's almost like we would hear in passing the hoplites spotted in Kynumbra. 212th voyage to Thal, defenders. We were very confused.
Was on that
why
boat?
We were very confused why you were in Radesh. Arthur assured us that what you were doing was for the betterment of your people. And I'm no fool. The Emperor wanted you into Kavra, didn't he?
He did. That was one of his schemes, was to use my position to leverage his help against me. Force me to be one of his spies in Kavarat, figure out what's going on. He mostly just wanted a reason to start a war. Wanted to use me to do it.
I am
didn't.
sorry that happened to you.
No, it's... You should be sorry. I should have been here a long time ago. Shouldn't have been wandering around like I did.
You can only do
It was unfair.
what you can, Hector. There were those that had their positions here, and we did everything we could to uphold order, uphold peace and hope. We did everything we can. And for the most part, I think we did a good job, but you are here now. Alvaron is still strong. Honestly, sticking it out through a lich taking your capital was the easy part.
I thought I'd never say that, but it was.
You know, it's proven that the worst part has been the lack of resources this past month. Had I known it was gearing up for a civil war, like I said, we would have made an assault. But
Right.
now
You had no way of knowing.
we're sandwiched. The Wormbreakers. What of them?
Sadly, I don't know. I don't even know if they're alive right now. They tried to done something. They tried to frame it on me. I hope they're all right.
I hope. Well, if they are out of the question for the time being, we are sandwiched in between two enemy nations. With one on the horizon to the south as an ally, a good ways away, but the Iron Port is in a bad spot. I think it's best to maybe retreat our people a little bit inland into Alvaron. Leave a force here, a garrison to defend, and receive
Right.
those that are on the way.
I was thinking the same. Anyone who's not needed for the war effort needs to get on the other side of Torvald's palm. Otherwise, we're just putting their lives at risk for no reason. There's still enough of Alvaron alive. They'll be safe there.
We can do that. I will, here.
Don't worry.
He reaches into his, into a satchel that, in this entire time, he's kind of had a little bit of a satchel hooked on the side of him. And he pulls out a map. And he begins to look at it in more depth. Caragdorn is helping as best they can, but a lot of mining has come to a halt due to our resources recently. If we cannot pay them, feed them, they are not going to mine, but that's fine. That means we're not getting rid of precious materials. The farms have been put onto essentially a production alert. They're doing everything they can to make as much for us. We do have a lot of grain, a lot of farmland, a lot of livestock as well. I know it's a good trek, but I think we should move the people up north into Ironshire. We can take many boats that way. Be the quickest way. We could have everyone out within a day.
Sounds good. I should be deep enough in Alvaron for them to be safe.
I'll post up a couple of alert stations along the way, so if anything goes awry, Ironshire will be notified as soon as an attack commences at the Iron Port. So, he picks up his mead, his keg belly, and you pick up Honeybeard's. You guys clash, drink. And Rona, you make it out to your location. Eclipse, you see her.
Just intently watching.
Eldon at the table with the Blackguard. Sorry, Maxon. Okay.
As okay as one could be, given extenuating circumstances.
Is there a way we can sneak in? Get your family out?
K numbers got the city surrounded. They had minimum 15 gatherings just kind of around. Whole city was surrounded.
Two people can sneak by a lot if they're careful.
I'm not exactly I'm more bold and brash. Belong in the trash, as some would say. I'm not exactly sneaky.
Can I hear them?
No, you are watching out the window.
Okay.
He's speaking quietly to Eldon. We'll get them out. I think you have very powerful friends. Teleporting down near Kymaticus can't be too hard for your group, can it?
No, it's not. We've got so many other things to do. We still have to travel back in time to get the weapon to kill the Lich. We have to find time-traveling wizards. We've got like minimum 16 things to do. And
Right.
I can kind of put my thing on the burner. As any day now, Hector's thing could really begin.
What's her name?
Bessie and little Akarian.
Little, like,
He's
baby.
He's like a week old.
Well, he's older than a week.
Like,
He's like 2 weeks old then.
Has it really been that little time?
Yeah,
yeah.
because Bessie had him on the vacation,
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
and then it's been like 2 weeks at most.
She's
Oh
out
my
there
God.
with a crossbow shooting people.
Yeah,
She's a tough one.
She's a baddie.
Yeah.
Wow, it
Mama
has
beat
been.
her. God
Yeah.
dang.
He just kind of like,
Time moves really weird with this group. You'll find some days it just drags on. The phrase is the hours drag on, but the weeks fly.
she sounds like a real fighter.
She definitely is. She can hold her own, but the things I deal with, I don't know many normal people that can handle it. I barely even handle it, and I'm surrounded by followers of gods left, right, and center.
Rona. On your way out, Cersei is with you. Is there anything you want to talk about before you get there?
Not on my behalf. I can't think of anything. I think she's just kind of lost in thought.
Cersei.
Okay. I got some stuff that I want to talk about.
I got some stuff.
Rona, do you think we could trust these people? I mean, it's like their captain said, they have not been receiving any food or shipments, and maybe they don't even know about Hector being told he's no longer king. Or do they? Like, the Emperor could have just came over here and made a deal. I'm a bit worried because we keep getting betrayed left and right, but I just want to be cautious and make sure we're not coming here to get hurt. I want to get your thoughts on that.
I mean, I think it's possible that somebody could stab us in the back, but I don't know. I don't know these people very well, but I know Hector well enough, and if he trusts his people, there's no reason for me to doubt. That doesn't mean we can't keep an eye on things, though.
Yeah, I think that'd be best. And I think getting this temple up will be helpful in that. We can have a safe place here. Be good.
Yeah.
I think I'm scared now. Everywhere we go, we're just gonna run into someone who wants to have us killed. That's not a life I expected to live or want anyone in this group to live.
Fair enough.
Hopefully one day we'll change it.
To be fair, technically not a whole lot has changed.
Oh, I'm glad that we have the group we do.
Me too. It was pretty close there for a minute.
Did I hear something about Eldon died and came back? How many times has this happened at this point?
Is it bad
Ki-
to say
does-
that I'm not counting?
Should we get him a punch card? Like after his 5th revival, he gets his next one free.
No, I'm going to
mean-
stop charging at this point.
Personal funds, not party funds.
No, but there's got to be. You're right. There's got to be like a frequent flyer card in the afterlife or something.
Frequent dire card.
Every time Alvaron
The
goes
gods
to
just say, "Not this guy again."
every time he
Send him
goes to
back.
the other world, it's just the guy's like, ready this time? It's like, no, they're coming for me. No, come pick me up. I have a book. I'm just gonna read.
Listen, she said she'd be a couple minutes late, okay? I'm just gonna wait.
All right. Rona, you get to your location.
Yeah.
And you begin to cast. Cerseus, you just kind of hang out in the area, look around. You hear like a distant like wolf from a time or two. There's a lot of wild areas of Alvaron, a lot of untamed land, but their civilizations are scattered throughout. It's not as grandiose up until you get to Ironcrest, which is refreshing.
So, with this being the first time that she's casted any kind of like religious leaning spell since this whole
Since the thing.
the thing, yeah. Does she find that it's harder for her to find her like focus on Shantae, or easier, or the same, or there's too many chefs in the kitchen? Like, does this feel any different?
There's a little halfling yelling somewhere.
Yeah. Banging his pots and pans.
It does not feel any different.
Okay, that's refreshing.
Baphomet comes around the corner. Hey guys.
You don't have any, there's nothing that would lead you to believe that you have any issues casting a spell or any negative side effects of your newfound ability. Then you just begin to kind of think on it while you're casting your spell. You are Shantae. And Shantae is you. This was not a bargain made by Rona. Not this side of you. As much as it was from a god to another. Whatever trade there is, it could be because of something that's already underway.
Okay.
And if there is any negative effects, you are not feeling them. But another member of your party might. As the source of this power seemed to have come from that party, not yours. So, you cast your spell. Hector, how long are you wanting to stay with Donovan?
Not very long. Hector always had a rule to where he doesn't like drinking when he felt like he was at work, and this feels like a job for him right now. As far as like he has a mission, so he'd probably only stay for like 1 or 2 as like courteous to the commander. And then he would get up to leave.
My king, if there is anything you need, please, you know where to find me. Where would you like to stay? You can stay inside the garrison if you'd like to.
Let me talk to the rest of the party first, and then I'll let you know. Thank you, Commander.
Thank you. As you walk out, you hear Donovan kind of speak up to the group on the inside. Round for the house. And the few people that are in the bar, it's kind of give them a little bit of applause. As you head out, you head back to the fort. Rona. Time will pass. Hector, you get back to the group. You quickly learn what is going on. Rona has gone just outside north of the city to cast your Temple of the Gods. The time approaches to where your spell is about to finish. Eclipse, you know how long it would be to walk out there, so you make the preparations and the group heads that way. Do you want Maxon to be with you? All right, that's enough. Maxon will be with you. So he heads that way. Rona, the spell is cast. You guys walk in, you and Cerseus. Shortly after, the rest of your party joins you. You're inside the Temple of the Gods. What do you do?
Morbid curiosity, the effect that might or might not have been on that Dylan knows about that Hector doesn't. Would Eclipse look more like a hairless sphinx at this point? Because that would be awesome.
Wait, hold on.
Just out of curiosity, saying
What?
that like it was supposed to take a tax on her. I was just wondering if she would like look like one of those weird hairless cats now.
If I become a hairless cat, I'm gonna end myself.
No, no, nothing's wrong with Eclipse. She looks fine.
She's pink.
Seems totally fine. But you all are together.
Am I
So.
able to go in?
Right.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
It's all up to her.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Her club. Who's invited? Who's not?
just
Those
don't let
of
Max
us.
in. So he goes to like walk in the door and he like hits it and he's like, ah, sorry, H.O.P.L.I.T.E.S only. It's like, yeah.
Not even,
It's
a,
outside.
like-
Just
not even a door, just a curtain. Just
Yeah.
so then that way you can still hear like all the laughs and stuff. So he's
goes
like,
to turn around like.
how you even go ahead when you can't get in the club?
Look at all this food! Holy cow, it's a
This
blessing!
place is awesome.
All
There's
right.
a jacuzzi.
Free
and
alcohol?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you guys are here. What do we do?
Hector, I think it's time we investigate the Wormbreakers.
Right. Do your thing.
Oh,
He's
aren't
gonna
you
bring
supposed
out
to be here in the morning, by the way, Hector?
Right. It's great to hear. I just need to know. Keijo never made it. And you should have by now, so we're gonna have to figure out what happened to him. I feel like right now we're out of we need a rest, and then we'll investigate.
All right.
By the way,
Cerseus.
Maximum, you're about to see something really crazy.
And
This is some
Eclipse.
awesome.
Eclipse hasn't seen this either.
I can also. I still have a couple spell slots left. I can use sending. So if we need to send Keijo a message, we can do that.
Okay, what we'd like to do first?
If you could
Let's
just
do the jungle.
message him real quick.
Oh, okay.
Just message Keijo just like real quick and just be like, "Hey, you alive? Yeah. Okay. Cool."
Hey, you gonna leave me on red or you gonna reply for once?
I will cast sending at 4th level
All
to
right.
Keijo.
What do you say?
It's Rona. He's still breathing.
Ask him where he is.
And where you
Or
are?
far as travel.
Where are you?
Where you?
Has he seen any dangers?
Where
if
you
you
are?
see-
Where are
going
you? Have you seen danger?
Is
Yeah.
it 25 words less, Hector? Oh my gosh. we should
Are
put
you
this ahead of
drinking
time.
water? Are you washing your underwear?
Apply
Are
to
you-
this
Hector heard
Try and
you
just
say
ask
you
him
have
if, like,
a
how
couple
much
of
storm
extra
metal he
spell
has.
slots.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
far better.
yeah, he did.
He said, "If you, I'm gonna make
He's like, you
use
can
all
keep
of
doing
them."
this.
It's fine. I need to know.
So go ahead. What's the full message
What's
you
the
want to do?
full message?
Yeah, just do.
Okay.
Yeah, just go again.
I just wrote everything down.
It's Rona. Are you alive?
Ask him if he's running anything
If
from
so,
Tyr. If he's heard anything from Sarah.
Have you heard anything from Tyrion or Serum, or are you drinking water?
Farm metal. He's supposed to get the farm metal. Ask him how the farm metal thing's going.
I have stopped sending a message. I'm just letting it talk to me.
You get a response.
Mm-hmm.
Ran into trouble. Laying low. Planning attack. Wormbreakers. Not dead.
She's sending another message. How
Can't
do
help but
know
think you
that?
didn't.
Where are
Star
you
Meadow?
exactly?
Or Far Meadow.
We might be able to come assist. I'm just literally Ren is
Yeah.
doing the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stop.
sorry.
Hey, did you ask him about the Wormbreakers?
I punched Cerseus. Since an unarmed strike is just your strength mod, right? It's 0, so you don't take damage. But
I like to imagine you're gonna punch him and it's just
bam!
I like to imagine it's just
Correct.
it's like a stop.
So,
It's more about hurting his feelings than anything else.
Keijo will respond. On Jotun's grasp.
What'd you say?
On
Jotun's
Jotun's
grasp.
grasp.
It's a cool name. No idea where that is, though.
No idea.
Nordic for giant.
Cool.
Think we know what Wormbreaker is? We'll strike very soon. Am with children of Skyraeus.
All right. He's alive. He thinks he knows where the Wormbreakers are. They've been lying low. They're planning an attack. They're going to strike soon. They're with the children of Skyraeus. Jotun's grasp or grasp?
Grasp.
Grasp. That's what I thought. Jotun's grasp is where they're located.
That sound familiar at all? The
That
big
is
H boy?
Yeah, that is the major solitary mountain region in the middle of Sarum.
Okay, so they're close to capital then.
That is the major mountain that the Wormbreaker mine delves into.
Do you have any more messaging capabilities? I feel like there's a change of
One.
plans. Tell him to hold off. First thing in the morning, we'll meet him there. Cerseus, use the junction. Find out where Keijo is. Study the area. And take us there first thing in the morning.
Okay.
I will send one more message to Keijo.
Okay.
Hold off your attack until the morning. We'll be with you then.
Okay.
He says okay.
Right. Good thinking, Rona. That solved the problem. He answered a question I didn't expect to.
I just hope
All
I
right.
can get enough to where we can make it there.
It's up to you. You're up. Do your thing.
He's gonna bring out the junction and Sasha. Finally, we have a moment to let you out.
You hold the junction out. Eclipse, for the first time you see this. This junction, it begins to spiral in place, held up on its own. And as it begins to dissect itself, it reaches out into a triangular portal. And out walks a race you have never seen before. Her skin, a light red, a pink even. But horns on her head, ears like elves, and in her eyes, you see the stars. She walks out almost like nervous. Her first time on stage type deal. As she walks out, she looks to the newer faces of you and of Maxon. New friends.
Yes. And he's actually, Cersei is going to give her like a hug and just kind of whisper, like, I'm so sorry it's been so long.
You do not look the same.
She's seen me since I transformed back, right?
Not since you lost your Avoon appearance, though.
Fortunately, I do not. We're going to get that back. But, for now, it's just good to see you. This is Eclipse, our new feline friend. Came in very handy and has helped us many times.
Zasha.
I like stick my hand out for a shake. Very unsure of what to do with myself.
Just kind of gives you a slap on the hand.
I just smile, but I keep my fangs in.
I know the high five. It's like serious as hell. Just
I point at her and I look at Rona and I'm like, I like this one.
Oh, she's wonderful.
And this is Maxim. He's a Black Knight that has helped us here recently and done a fantastic job.
She holds her hand out and Maxim just high five.
You can read social
Nice
cues.
to meet you, Sasha.
Cute.
So, how can I help you?
Well,
I
first,
hear you.
we'd
while I'm
like
in there.
to.
We're looking for a worm breaker.
We were, but right now we need to see Hector's friend Keijo and his position. I need to study it to make sure we can get there. And afterwards, you can join us for dinner.
She turns, holds her hand out, and the junction shrinks back to its normal size. She reaches her hand out under it, and it spirals in her hand, levitating a couple inches above the palm. She holds her hand out to you, Cerseus. Puts her 4 fingers on the top of your head, and the thumb she plants right in between your eyes. Cerseus, your eyes roll in the back of your head as they have done so many times in the past. And you are greeted with a vision. Keijo, along with many members that you can see of the children of Skyreus, including the chieftain and the huntswoman.
Oh, I like her.
They are together in an alcove on a mountain. You can only assume is Jotun's grasp. It looks like they are trying to keep a low profile, as no fires are lit. No noise, any movement that is made is very subtle and quiet. But Keijo, the Goliath that you have seen before, speaks. This is as good as a place we are going to get for a rest. You see the chieftain. I agree. He goes to just kind of plop down in a little bit of an alcove within this alcove. He better be happy when he sees me, all I have to say. He stands up. Keijo does, and he walks over to him. Why are dwarves always so grudgy? And he walks off. And I believe her name was Brayla.
Yes.
Says to Keijo, I deal with it all the time. This is good, she says to him. Just double checking on a name. It's been a
Kerrigan.
long time. Kerrigan Stormcaller, yes.
Okay.
Proud of you, Kerrigan. So, with that, Cerseus, that's kind of wraps it up. The rest is silent as they just kind of get ready and prepare to hunker down for the night. And yes, it is about midday by the time where you're at right now, believe it or not. You had morning meeting. Morning meeting.
Oh my lord.
Oh, wow.
Everything happened at the Tower of Yor. You went over to Kalesh, fought the ships for a bit. It's like 1 in the afternoon.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a really long day.
Yeah. But
Real quick,
you
was there
guys
any
have
key things I saw? Sorry.
roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Doesn't
Just to
help that
kind of
we-
like see if it helps.
Because it doesn't help we keep skipping time zones too. So
Mm-hmm.
we're like, oh yeah, it's 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Now it's back at midnight.
Yeah.
Doesn't help we do that one a lot.
Let me see how big of a.
It's fantasy world. We don't believe in time zones.
Actually,
Now we've dealt with this
My
before.
hand is
yeah,
We're flat
you
earthers
would
here.
have jumped back, so it's actually more like noon.
I was like, we keep hopping time zones. It's just awful.
All right, go ahead.
Clips is like struggling to stay awake.
I rolled an 8.
Jet lag. You are not teleporting us.
We're-
Alcove. That's all you got. Alcove Mountain, brownish
Okay.
stone.
Okay.
We know the mountain that we're going to.
Mm-hmm.
Map.
Yeah.
It is the
Name it.
biggest mountain in all of Tirafel.
Okay.
Oh, it's Erebor.
He just points and he's like, here, and then we all just fall from the sky.
I can take it.
Luckily, most of us can fly.
At least half of us can
But
fly.
these guys stick together.
I can fly. And that's what matters.
That's what matters.
All right. As
So-
soon as that one's done, is it just only 1 a day? Still, I can't remember.
Yes, it's only 1 a day.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
minifans.
So it like rips her
All
apart.
you get. Well,
Alright.
I thought she didn't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, she doesn't have to do it anymore. If you use it with her inside the junction when she was first captured, yes. But the way that it's been with her coming out and doing it, it doesn't do that anymore. She controls it now. She manipulates it, which is better. But
Use the master.
More humane.
But with that, you guys have a plan for the next day, but you need rest.
So, Cerseus, how do you feel about that teleport?
We should be fine.
All
I
right.
think we can get there. I did want to check something else out in the morning, though. Zasha, I may need your help, but I want to check on Wormbreaker and make sure he is there and see what kind of mess we're running into. Make sure we're not running
Given the
into a
time of
trap.
day, and if we rest now, you're not going to get a chance. Because we're going to be going there right when it starts getting dark. If it's only noon now, and we take the minimum amount of rest we need, we should be hitting there about 10 o'clock.
But we did tell them in the morning.
As before I realized what time it was. Because I was basing it off of it was dark and then like right after an 8-hour rest.
True. And it's dark for them, so that would be their morning.
Yeah.
But aren't they hunkering down for a rest? Like, we don't want to show up and be like, oh, so I know you needed an 8-hour rest, but like, too bad we're going this.
We're here now. Let's do this. Yeah.
So,
Well,
I
if
mean,
we get an
imagine
8-hour
you
rest,
could have
it's
said-
their 8 hours.
Yeah. Like, we'll be there after a long rest.
I mean, we have this thing for like
Yeah.
24 hours.
That
so
was
don't
Dylan's bad
really
because I didn't realize how early in the
harm.
day it still was.
It felt like it's like 5 in the afternoon. No, it's noon. Oh,
Dude,
okay.
I didn't even realize
Yeah,
it
I
was the
mean,
same
you
day.
could reach out and say we attacked tonight, and you could rest the rest of the day. It's
I
up
don't
to
know
you.
how we're gonna do that.
Could
You're out of being able to talk to him? Do you have any ability to talk to him anymore, or are we out?
Oh, and I can't because I don't
think
know
we're
them.
out unless I have one more spend of this feature.
If someone
Oh,
could
single
give
time.
if someone could give an accurate representation, you'd be able to. Like you'd have to
As
see
his
visual
best friend?
representation.
Yeah.
I would be more than happy to tell you every detail of that man's body.
Whoa,
It wouldn't
Hector.
work.
Whoa.
Suddenly regrets doing anything.
I have one more
The way the
use
sweat goes down in
of
the temple
harness
is
divine
Yeah.
power.
As a Goliath, he has these lines on his body, and they're very symmetrical. Very symmetrical.
I had one more use of harness divine power, which means I can gain back a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
I can use that for sending.
You
This
could.
is actually the last one. So
Right. So tell him
Let's-
if he is prepared tonight
Maybe-
after we rest.
Maybe we could also ask if he has a way of getting an object from there here. Maybe they have a magician with teleport. They could try and teleport a stone that we use.
I don't know how they would teleport it directly to us, though.
So, anyways, you want a message?
Oh, okay.
yes.
Your
So
last spell.
Melon.
Don't mess up.
Um
Be careful, Rona.
change of plans. We'll meet you there tonight after about an 8-hour or so rest. Will you all be ready?
Yes. We await you.
Okay. We're good.
Perfect. Also, I was actually thinking about this. If you were to use your sending on steroids that you have, would that take you too much out of a position to fight?
I could still manage. I managed today. I have 3 spell slots left. That first level, but
I was just thinking, if you could do that with Cerseus, he could see exactly where he needed to go instead of relying on a memory after resting for 8 hours.
all right. As soon as we wake up,
You wouldn't
I'll
have
do
to
that.
risk the chance. Right. I don't doubt you, Cerseus. It's just we can't risk landing somewhere we're not supposed to.
Of course. No, I get it.
Or inside
I
of a
don't
mean,
mean
cell.
we have
doubt
to-
you, but I doubt you.
Yeah.
we have to
It's just,
recognize
I'm
that
not a gambling man.
Don't
we
mean
have to
doubt you,
recognize that
taking
this is a whole
beat
new
is
place.
a not good sign.
Yeah. No, this is okay. So,
something I can't control, and also the DM rolls it, so not me. It's not my
So-
fault.
Well, if you
Hoplite.
see where you're supposed to be going, it's.
Hoplites, you have a plan. With that, you hunker down, intent to rest. No one can enter the Temple of the Gods. You are safe here. No need for a watch, anything of the sort. As you eat, drink, and rest, Hector, you don't know if it's just pure excitement or what, but you do find yourself restless. You will still receive the benefits, but at one point, near the end of the rest, when it's just starting to get dark outside, you stand up, walk outside for a little bit of air. The air in Alvaron hits different. It feels fresh, but crisp, cool. There's a lot more nature here than civilization. It's intended to be that way. But you take it in, and just that moment of hope from earlier, it returns. as it changes from hope to curiosity, as you see a horse with a sole rider riding by the river from the north. It's not far away, but you see the rider fall. You approach. It starts with a couple of hastily It starts slow steps as you kind of move forward, but you begin to pick up as the life of someone, this might be one of those scouts, you think, and you run up to it. The horse, after dropping its rider, turns and just tries to push them with its snout. As you approach, the body is gone.
That's horrifying.
Well, sorry. The body is dead. It's
Oh,
dead, not
okay.
gone. The person
Oh,
is gone.
I was gonna say he did that like weird,
it's gone.
crazy thing.
Oh God, no!
Oh, it's been a minute, and I have a thing. Can I cast Revivify on him?
You reach out to cast Revivify. And let me describe what you see first.
Sorry, I got excited.
This corpse, you see 2 arrows plunged into the chest. It is an Alvaronian scout. There's a note on the front, and it reads the very words that have haunted you for over a year now. You have no right.
No.
As you reach down to cast Revivify, the hand comes up and stops you from reaching. This body now turned undead. And that's where we're going to end.
I don't like that.
Oh, dear.
That's messed up. Okay.
Possible
No, tell me.
reverse attack down to the kind and good people of Alvaron down at the Iron Port. But that is the end of this session. So, thank you so much for watching, Traveler. We hope you enjoyed. Please remember to stay safe out there and keep moving forward. Until next time.